My name is Courtney Haile, and I am honored to be your Black representative this morning. This is an ironic moment, as I used to dread Black History Month as a child, when you're always the only Black child in the class or the only Black person in the room. The brief spotlight of Black History Month, which is inextricably linked to our oppression, can feel overwhelming when you just want to fit in. As a second grader in San Francisco, I remember watching a projector slide presentation in the library about the Jim Crow laws, about separate water fountains, the back of the bus, and I felt my classmates' eyes turning towards me. I think I was supposed to feel proud of our heroes, but I felt embarrassed. From second grade on through my time at San Luis Obispo High School, I was usually the only Black person in my class, and I knew that we learned about Black folks and about anti-Black racism either on Martin Luther King Day or in February. This is our season. This is our season to be recognized by the mainstream and to get pats on the back for the past contributions of our people. It took me until college to feel Black pride, and I found it in my first African American studies class with a Black professor and cool young Black teacher's assistants. People who looked like me were leading, and people who looked like me were centered and not marginalized. Many of you have been centered throughout your lives and you may not realize it. When beauty products, when popular culture and education are designed with you in mind, you don't have to realize how that feels on the other side. The truth is at the depth of Black history, Black social movements, Black music, film, literature, everything, the textures and nuances demand more than 1 month for any meaningful understanding or exploration. These textures, these high points and low points, deepen our love of self and community, and for the larger community can humanize Black people beyond one-note stereotypes. Now, we can't all take Black studies classes. Most people in our country don't go to college. In September, Governor Jerry Brown signed AB 2016 into law, and by 2019, all California high school students will have the option to take ethnic studies courses, and that includes Black studies. Students at San Francisco's public high schools already have the option, and a recent Stanford University study found that ethnic studies classes benefit students and that they miss fewer days at school, get better grades, and even graduate at higher rates. So ethnic studies, Black studies in high schools, do they only benefit children of color? I would posit that your children that are local high school and college students should at least have the option to be better prepared for a diverse world. Black history is our history and should be fully integrated into our curriculums and lives, and not just during February. Now, does that mean that we just do away with Black History Month? As the Black representative, I don't think I should suggest that this morning. And I'm not sure we as a country are ready for that. Yes, we elected a Black president twice, and we have movies like Hidden Figures. Did anybody see Hidden Figures? Yeah, about the brilliant Black women mathematicians who helped men get to space. It's still playing, so you can still go take your children. But we also have a leader who marked the beginning of Black History Month praising the work that Frederick Douglass is doing. The abolitionist died in 1895. So we're living in an especially divided and touchy time. As a founding member of Matters SLO County, and you can find us on Facebook, I wanted to create a space where our local community can have frank conversations about race and racism in America. How do we talk about this in this predominantly white community, in a community like San Luis Obispo? Most of you don't have to and might prefer to avoid it. Turning a blind eye to racism, however, like turning a blind eye to any disease, will not eradicate it. If you've ever heard or said the phrase, "I don't see color," I encourage you to examine what that means. Does that mean that color and that race and that my Blackness is a bad thing to see? I don't claim to have all of the answers, but I do know that we must learn from history, and that Black history, the traumas, the triumphs, and everything in between inform who we are as a nation. If we want to move forward, we must look back and not just in February. That's all I have for you. Thank you.